Welcome to Hit Points Gaming. My name is Corey and this is Andrea.
And today we will be reviewing Exit the Game, The Sacred Temple, which is an escape room style board game published by Cosmos.
Now, what's special about this Exit game is it includes 4 puzzles, actual puzzles.
Literal puzzles, yes.
Yes, which is brand new. Excited that we tried it out. Now we play many different escape rooms, right?
We have much experience.
Much.
We have a lot of experience in escape rooms. Physical escape rooms. We live in a region, an area that we have been able to try out a bunch of different actual escape rooms. And we play a lot of escape room board games as well.
Obviously, there's a lot of them out there. We've played the other versions of the Exit style.
Yes, a bunch of other Exit style.
I would have to say, out of all of them, I feel Exit is the most challenging one.
By far.
Out there. By far, yeah.
Well, for me, by far. Maybe not for you, by far.
Now, I think one of the reasons for that, they have an element that most of the others don't. And I'll call it the legacy style or a one and done version, which allows the number or the types of different puzzles in here to be, I guess, vastly different than the others. Right? So there's some components which will show you that this came with that you either write on, you could tear up. So it's a one and done.
Oh, you could do so many things, yes.
Right. So that's why I find it could be more challenging. Now this one actually says this is a 3 out of 5. We're going to get into that.
Okay.
We're going to get into that. But as we were going through this, you brought up this term that was brand new called the legacy.
Well, this is how I describe just escape room games in general. I don't consider myself very skilled at escape rooms. But Corey, as you may or may not have guessed, if you've seen us before, seen our channel, is very good at escape rooms and puzzles. And that's because he is able to pull from his vocabulary, let's call it, of puzzles that he has encountered before, whether they're exactly the same or slightly tweaked, that he can cycle through quickly when we first step into an actual room or we lift up in a board game. He can pull through, okay, have I seen this type of challenge before?
And I think that might be similar for those of you who play, or in this hobby or play board games. It's very similar to when you're learning or teaching a game. There's a lot of similar mechanics. So then when you're teaching something, you can go back, oh, remember how Stone Age is played, or remember how Werewolf is played. That's the foundation, and then now I need to figure out how this game's different. Same thing with this. What's the foundation? What do I have to figure out? And then what's the tweak for this puzzle? So I'm going through that as I first encounter it. And because I've encountered them more, you're kind of looking for me to kind of figure that out.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So in Exit, there's just more possibilities, new things that you could encounter.
Right. In any other game that we've played, whether it be a board game or a physical escape room, you reuse it.
Right.
The next set of people, we can come in, another couple can come in and play after us. It gets reset. Exit does not.
And I'm absolutely fine with that.
Yes, it's different.
It's different, and I'm facing a brand new challenge.
Yes.
Right? That's fine. So let's move over to the components that came into this game.
Okay.
And because we talked about the different elements that you could encounter. So simply, like, here's a snake.
Pieces.
Here's this weird piece that you figure out what happens later on. And how the game works is you get this dial, and this is how you solve the puzzles and you code it. You have to put this together. Really easy to do once you read how to use it. Basically, it's a 3-digit combination. You check the back to see if it was successful or not.
You're always unlocking a lock. a
Yes.
different colored lock. And to do that, you have to input a 3-digit code every time.
Right. And then there's different envelopes that you have to open based on the symbols you open up, and that's how you progress. I think there was 10 puzzles
at least
for this one. And then, of course, you've got your rule book. I think the rule book was really well done on how it functions. On the back side is a section with all the different puzzles, and each puzzle has 3 clues that you can look for. Now, I hate asking for clues.
Yes, he cringes every time that we have to ask for a clue. It's a no-no in our household.
However, I think in a lot of games, if you want to try and have fun to progress, you may need to use the clues. So
Yes.
we definitely had to use them here.
We did.
And then there's going to be 4 puzzles. And there is going to be a puzzle that I show a little later on. Here, the thing with the puzzle is I think it really ties into the theme of this game. There's always a type of theme for escape rooms that you do in live or one of the board games. I think these actual puzzles really helped pull the theme together.
Okay.
There are different areas that we went to as we progressed through the story, and you put the puzzle together and be like, oh, that's where we are, and there's new elements that you can look at. And I think you enjoyed the puzzle aspect of this.
I did. Can we talk about pros and cons?
Sure.
That's my pro.
Okay.
As I mentioned before, I am not quick on my feet when it comes to puzzles. Escape room puzzles, let's say. What do I have to figure out here? Do I need to count something? Do I need to put something in order? I am really good at putting together physical puzzle pieces. And at one point, Corey actually said, wow, you did that really fast. So I felt for once I could contribute to helping further along this game, because I don't really feel like I do much of that in a traditional escape room game.
What's different this is you're opening puzzles, you're going really fast, and then you kind of have to pause. Now it's time to build a puzzle.
Yeah.
So you take however much time it took, 10 minutes maybe for each one. I don't know. I'm kind of guessing. Maybe that's how long it took to throw this together and build it. So actually, let me show you right now. So if you don't really want to see this picture, just look away. It doesn't spoil anything because you have to build the puzzle in order to progress anyway. Right. So this is an example of what the puzzle looks like. And you'll see there's different elements on here. This one has a few numbers on here. So first, you do have to build this. This does take time to do. Okay. So I recommend, really in a lot of our escape room games, this should be done either solo or really with just one other person. If we had a game night of maybe 5 or 6 people, you're all gonna be crowded around putting together this, small puzzle.
So I would say that would be a con. If you have a large group of people. Now the box does say 1 to 4, but I can't imagine 4 people
kind of putting that together.
Yeah, because we were struggling over each other. Like, okay, can you move? Can you move your arm? I can't see. So 4 people might be tough. Maybe I would say, 2 of them put together the first one, 2 of them put together the second one. That's how you could progress.
Yeah, because there's nothing else that you can do until you build the puzzle.
Right.
It's not like I'm solving something else while you build it.
Right.
You can't progress.
So that would be my con.
And I think that's almost true with really a lot of the other escape rooms. When you're trying to look at I need to look at this card. Right. Only one can look, or maybe 2. Then I have to pass it to you. So
that's an element in all escape.
Yeah, so I do like it.
In all escape games.
2-player count. So the puzzle really pulled through, again, the theme of it, the setting. And another pro with the puzzles, we talked about building that vocabulary up of escape room mechanics. Introducing puzzles opens it up even further. There are challenges that I faced that I've never seen before because we're using a puzzle. Okay.
Wow.
Which I really enjoyed. I think I've leveled up. I've built my vocabulary even further, which huge plus out of this. I would definitely be interested in trying. I think there's another puzzle for the escape room, seeing how I can do when I face that again, because now I kind of know what to look for.
Okay.
That brings into one of, I think, my biggest con of the game, and it might have just been this version, okay? Because it was new to me. right? I had to use clues. That's fine. Okay, it's fine. I had to use clues.
We're over it.
Okay. However, the clues on how they were written, at least for the first 2 puzzles, which we needed to use, I didn't find them helpful. I actually, not helpful in the sense of, I wanted to solve the puzzle for me and point me in the right direction. It actually, the language was made
A little
it more confusing.
Yeah.
Even for the first puzzle, I had to go all the way to the solution. I read the solution, still didn't make sense to me. That was a slight issue. And because it was the first puzzle that we encountered, first of all, I had to say, yep, we need to use these clues. We got it. And I was still like, what happened? I don't understand. Now, from there on out, we were solving puzzles. We were getting it. Not instantly, but we could think and we could figure it out. And
Talk
that's
through
fine.
it, yeah.
And which is what I want. But I think just because the way that the clues were written, I was a little nervous about. One positive thing about the clue, though, is if you do ask for a clue and it doesn't provide any new information, it doesn't,
doesn't count against you.
Which is great. So I think overall, the way that the game is played, great. I think the clues on how they were written actually made it a little confusing. And because it was the first clue, I was already off to a bad start. But then we progressed through and then we were banging them out, which was nice. What else is there?
So we did your pro, we did your con, we did my pro, we did my con.
Oh, one last thing for myself.
Okay.
And this is just something that I experienced. I do want to mention it. I don't think it impacted you at all, but the timing. So this game is stated for 2 to 3 hours, which is a good thing, right? It's longer than the other ones, or something, which is an hour.
An hour.
Okay, you're like, oh, that's going to be great. It can be done maybe in a sitting or 2 sittings or whatnot. That's why I think it would be good at 2-player count, because you do need to pause and build these puzzles. So you're like rushing against time, pause. But I still felt as I was building the puzzles, we want to do it quickly.
Well, yeah, of course.
That's the whole point. However, because it wasn't set at an hour, I never had the feeling of, okay, oh my God, we only have 10 minutes left, or we only have 7 minutes left. Let's hurry. Where's the end? It was just kind of an ongoing thing where you start at 0 and you build up. And the score is, if you're 120 minutes higher, or 150 minutes higher, or 180 minutes. So you were always progressing upward. I never had that tension of we're counting down. A very minor thing, we were still rushing, but I never was, we're at the 76-minute mark.
Didn't bother me. I did not want to have that countdown.
Just something that I felt as I was playing through this. So I enjoyed that it was longer, but it took something away because I didn't feel trapped.
There's something that you did not mention, we did not mention yet. So there is an app. How did we time it?
Oh yeah, you can download an app which just starts counting up and it provides some background music. I'm all for that whenever any game offers even something simple like that. We just put that in, there's some background noise that kind of sets the mood a little bit.
Makes you feel like you're actually looking for this temple. Yeah.
So overall, definitely enjoyed it. I do think, again, it is still difficult. And we had to use clues, unfortunately, to get through it. I do feel that if we played another one, our skill set has improved. So I wouldn't suggest starting with the exit games if these are your first escape room experience.
Yes, I would agree on that, but you should definitely check them out.
Yes, if you think you're legit at escape rooms,
it's a challenge.
This is the challenge, and this was a 3 out of 5. Whoa.
Pick it up.
Definitely give it a shot. So that is our thoughts, opinions, and review of the escape room. This is the Sacred Temple version with the puzzle pieces. Definitely let us know if you have tried this, if you've tried the other one.
And how well you did.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous with sharing our score. So if someone puts their score, we can definitely share it.
Okay.
So until next time, thanks a lot for watching, and we will see you then.